Are you getting a lot of female attention from your peers? Or like
Sad moment.
sad moment?
NDTV tries to contact me and send reporters over to my house. The reporter called me and asked, send me your address. That felt like a threat. So,
Would you call yourself a nerd?
yeah, I would call myself. I would call myself a dork most sort of.
Dork.
Yeah, dork.
And what is that?
That is like less knowledgeable nerd.
If the CBSE was to call you tomorrow,
Sure.
and if the education minister was to call you tomorrow, what is the one suggestion you would like to give after all of this?
Be
to them?
transparent and be accountable.
To me, you seem like a pretty politically evolved 18-year-old.
Yes.
You mentioned that I have not used internet for hate. I want to help the nation. So these are positions that not many maybe in your age have. So tell me about like growing up, what were your influences, political influences?
My mother and my father had an intercaste marriage. So they were, sort of progressive and sort of conservative at the same time. And you could say that sort of shaped my political views. Growing up in my home, I was my father had different political perspectives. Different.
In what sense?
Do I need to say it?
No, I mean, you don't have to tell me who he supports or not. But I'm just trying to understand the influences in terms of, I'm not saying party, but ideologically.
Ideologically, it was sort of social justice. So a lot of liberty, a lot of freedom of speech was a focus. I think since like in India, politics is not about ideology. It is about matter into certain issues. So my father was not as religious, but I still grew up in a Brahmin household. So I had to do all the rituals. He also had to do all the rituals.
I'm just curious because, a lot of my journalist friends also told me that, listen, today we are living in an atmosphere where people are so scared, adults are so scared to say anything. How is it that you guys, and not just you, Nisarg, Vedant, you've been so vocal, and you're not backing down, you're being very like, this is what it is. So this fear factor, like, do you guys feel it, or did somebody else tell you?
I think this obviously happened from the internet. Internet gave you the freedom to say things, interact with a lot more people from very different perspectives, very different ideologies. And internet also gave you the freedom to express yourself, where problems get raised and people try to interact with them. Since I'm interacting with a problem, people try to interact with me. You could say that internet gave you the freedom, and if people are willing enough, people are strong enough, courageous enough, they'll likely take it forward.
You didn't feel scared at any point?
Yeah, that was because of my upbringing.
That's because of your upbringing?
Yes.
You didn't feel scared?
Yes.
You knew that you're saying the right thing and you don't need to back down, and you have complete faith in that.
Yes.
What has life been like before this tender unearthing?
So a lot of things have changed in life through phases, and the first thing both my parents were computer engineers, and they started a computer academy together. Growing up, I was in computers a lot. I started I started controlling computers through a mouse when I was 3. I had internet, I had all the computer facilities in 2010, 2011. So since I grew up with computers, I had that sort of tinkering thing. And I grew up in Bokaro.
You grew up in Bokaro?
Yes. I grew up in Bokaro. It is actually controlled by the Bokaro steel plant. Bokaro steel plant is since it is a PSU-owned city, the Bokaro Steel City is a PSU-owned city. You don't get to question who's your mayor. You don't get to question roads because they're never going to be fixed. I did not have any idea of. I did not like civic technology back when I was in Bokaro. I shifted after my father died in class 10th. Okay. So I shifted to Ranchi in class 11th. Then I instantly started having doubts on who my ward parshad is, who manages my ward.
So you were that keen on civic issues, huh?
Yes.
That's something that bothered you as a kid.
Yes, and I started, I had already my technological experience in Bokaro. I used that in Ranchi. I started finding out things. I think infrastructurally, Ranchi is better than Bokaro, even in roads and all stuff, because there is a constant pressure of responsibilities onto a political person. So it's sort of it is sort of better because so I would say democracy is better than a company owning all of the things.
So when you say civic technology, explain it. What does it mean for someone who doesn't know?
It's like using technology for civic issues.
So fixing civic issues,
fixing
but using
civic
technology.
issues, learning more about civic issues, having that zeal of trying to fix the nation using technology.
And you want to do that. You told me
mean-
before the interview that you want to get into.
Yeah,
You're passionate about
I'm passionate about civic technology. I do not know about fixing the nation. I do want to make the world a better place, but I don't think I'm capable of it yet. So
I think you've shown us more than amply clearly that you are very capable. Now let's get to why we have you here. Now you come into all of this with tender, which even journalists like me feel terrified of. I mean, if I have to read a tender, I'll be like, my God, batao. Tell me now, take me back to all this is happening. What made you think like, let me investigate the tender?
So I'll tell you from the very beginning of
Yes.
civic technology. So since I am in Ranchi, I have been making a project, sort of a project that lets you know who is the person responsible for this pothole.
Okay.
So I have been making that. It has been a very long project. And
When you say you're making that, is that like a website? Or
yeah, it is a website where you just click a picture of the pothole and add the location. The internet sees it and they send some. It automatically sends a mail to the responsible person to fix it. The feature I'm trying to add is who is this person responsible for the pothole? It could be a junior engineer. It could be like politician, a sort of local politician. Which contractor was assigned to it? So we have already came into the a tender territory. So I knew that the government must have sort of issued a tender for this process.
So basically you knew that
tender
there's
process.
something up
Yeah.
with this process. Then you started digging into tenders because that's anyway something you like doing.
Yes.
And then how did you like figure out कि यार ये तो story बन रही है? Like shit, I have a smoking gun.
I'll tell you. So